Let's get settled a little bit out of respect for our candidates, and we will wrap up. Each of them will have their closing comments of 2 minutes apiece, and we will start with Lieutenant Colonel Self.
Well, thank you for being here. I am running for CD3 to restore the conservative legacy that we enjoyed with Sam Johnson for many decades. In a letter that he wrote that they wrote for me, his daughter said, and I think we all agree, that this district has been compromised. I believe that the moral insanity in this country and each of the issues that we have discussed this morning is intentional destabilization, because none of us like chaos in our life. And chaos leads us to want stability. And if the only stability we can find is in a strong man, regardless of what that looks like, we are in trouble, folks. Liberty is worth fighting for. And I believe that we are in a fight for the soul of this nation. There are existential threats to our republic, not our nation, but our republic. With the open borders policy, with the welfare state, with the election integrity, those are existential threats to our liberties. We all need to decide what we can do. This is what I can do with my strong base that remains from my time as county judge. What can you do is the question that I ask you. Decide what you can do to restore liberty in the United States of America, starting with our little piece of this Texas, right here in CD3. What can you do? I ask for your help. I thank all of my colleagues on the stage here for joining this fight against Van Taylor. And I say, let's go get him. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Harp.
I was thinking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. My mistake. You are, yep. Mr. Ivanovsky, my bad.
Okay, now that we've gotten comfortable, thanks for letting me speak. I'm sure a lot of y'all are expecting me to walk on water, conjure up gold, walk on the moon, and breathe life into the lifeless. But that's not happening. My platform is simple. It's the Constitution. Folks, the legal tyranny that's infiltrated this country has a remedy. Let's get back to the basics with the sound legislation, applying what our forefathers laid such a costly sacrifice on our behalf long ago. Are we going to stand by and allow our freedoms and rich heritage to be stripped from us in yet another stolen local election? Till you fix 2020, there is no 2022. It's time to get our district back into the Constitutional Rehab Center and move forward. If elected to Congress, I will push to repeal the 1934 National Firearms Act. It's illegal and unconstitutional. I'll fight for the preservation of rights of each individual Texan to remain sovereign, and I'll continue fighting to speak out against those who can't defend themselves, like the babies and the unborn. Today's a day of choice. Use discernment, choose wisely. For our families, friends, neighbors, and community will be affected long after we're gone. My mom went to high school with Sam Johnson's daughters, Jenny and Beverly, and I believe she was with them the night they found out he was coming home from Vietnam. Anyway, the best is yet to come. Trump won, and we all know it. My name's Jeremy Ivanovsky. I'm asking for your support, your prayers, and more importantly, your vote on March 1st. I yield my time.
Thank you, Mr. Ivanovsky. Ricky.
So I say this without hyperbole, but this is the most important midterm election that we have ever had in our country. And here's the reason why. At no time in the history of our country has a Marxist been sitting in the White House, a Marxist, communist, socialist. And so you've got to decide who best represents you. The reason there's 4 people up here right now is because we know Van Taylor no longer represents us. He gave up that right. He has forfeited his opportunity. And so we've got to make sure that we get him out of office. This is a bigger picture. This is not about Ricky Williams or Suzanne Hart or Keith or Jeremy. This is about our children and our country. We've got to take our country back from the Marxists that have control in Washington, D.C. This is about good versus evil. And I need you to figure out who is going to best represent you on the House floor against the Marxists and the communists and the Liz Cheneys and the Van Taylor do nothing in Washington, D.C. You know, we've messed up twice, and throw me in that same category. I voted for Van Taylor 2 times, you know, so I didn't vet him very well. You need to vet Suzanne, Keith, me, and Jeremy. Look at our record. Look at what we've done and look at our accomplishments, because we cannot afford to send another rhino establishment Republican back to Washington, D.C., or send an opportunist with dollar signs in her eyes to Congress. We've got to take this country back. Thank you very much.
All right,
You know,
Mrs. Harp.
I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. You make my heart warm. You are the hope that we have right now. I want to remind you that we won this country with a remnant. Washington said if it wasn't for the black robes, we would never have won. You are that remnant. You will be the ones who knock the doors for us. You will be the ones who keep the passion going. You will be the ones who call. You will be the ones who talk to your coworkers at work. We are the change we are hoping for. If it's not us, then who? If not now, then when? And let me tell you, I came from nothing. I was one of 6 kids. I had to share a bed most nights with my sister. And I am damn proud that I am the vice president, second sitting position after homeschooling 4 children. I am not an opportunist, but what I hope that I can inspire you to do is if she can do it, so can you. If she can homeschool her kids successfully and have the youngest member right now sitting in the House of Representatives as the chief of staff, you can too. Your grandchild can do that too. If your daughter has the aspirations of working for the FBI someday, you and your grandchild can too. I want to thank you very much. And yes, vet me. Take me to coffee, I'll pay for it. Ask anybody in this room. Ask Joe Cruz, I'll take you to sushi and pay for it. I am damn proud of where I am today. I am damn proud to be a Texan and an American. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them all a hand.